Your choices can really determine your future. Unfortunately, it was some of my bad choices that opened my eyes to realize that I didn't want to be someone who was struggling, living out in the streets. I wanted to be someone who was successful.
And guess where he figured all that out? Prison. At 19, as a college sophomore, Greg Walton made a mistake that would land him behind bars for a year. As it turns out, that experience was exactly what he needed to set him on a path toward success.
As a young boy, and even as someone in school, I was a pretty good student. I honor roll a lot throughout my younger years and quarterback on the football team. I graduated high school at 17 years old, the first of my family to go to college. I spent a lot of time not being productive, playing video games, just hanging out. Started hanging around some of the wrong people. No longer than 6 months from that landed me in prison.
Luckily, Greg hadn't surrounded himself with all the wrong people. His girlfriend at the time, now his wife, was waiting for him when he walked out of jail.
My wife was outside. My older brother was outside to greet me. Going through that process allowed me to really just get reacquainted with what was important.
His first priority was to pay off what he owed.
I had student loan debt that was in default, and that was in the range of $15,000 to $20,000. It took about a couple of months, and then I ended up getting a job at local grocery store, bagging groceries and shagging carts for $6.75 an hour. You'd think that debt is unsurmountable and that you'll never be able to get over it, but it just takes time.
Time and hard work. Greg applied and was accepted to Year Up, a nonprofit that guides low-income youth toward career paths. Post-graduation, he was hired full-time by MIT as an IT engineer.
I just had this mindset of, I've been through enough already. I don't have to let that circumstance that I went through define me. Thankfully, I had a great woman by my side who essentially was a part of the same mission, the same drive of, we didn't necessarily have the strongest upbringing as children, but for us, we felt like it was upon us to change that for our kids. The larger goal is to get rid of some of this debt as fast as possible, but then also still allow yourself to be able to save so that if you did want to essentially venture off into home ownership, your credit would be in a better standing. We had to essentially downsize and kind of cut our rent in half and move to the suburbs a little bit.
The saving paid off. Greg and his wife signed their home mortgage on February 14th, 2011.
Valentine's Day of all days to get the keys, it was a really big deal. We're both coming from backgrounds, my wife and I, of not having our own room ever, pretty much growing up. So now looking at it with 2 kids and that, they have a room and they've got a playroom, it's pretty cool.
That's a long way from Greg's own childhood, where he bounced around different family homes and the foster care system.
When I think about, my wife and I purchasing this home, it was bigger than just us. I still feel very driven to continue to be better and continue to grow and continue to help others who may have gone through similar circumstances as me be successful as well.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.